this is gonna be the last question before we get to plugs, if that's all right.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
We've been talking for a few hours. Believe it or not, there's still a lot. I really did
There's
a lot of questions. You've had an extensive career, but
I'm blessed.
you brought up Cesaro, Claudio. Um,
Yes.
was that the first time you worked with him? What was it
Yes.
like working with him? Did you see? I assume you saw the potential right away, but
Well, unquestionably. I mean, he's one of those guys. Like when he walked in, I was like, "Oh, there's a star." Like he's going to be worth probably $8 gajillion.
was he still? Did he still have the hair at this point? He wasn't like
Yes, no,
the
he was still wrestling in the cutoff shirt. I mean, yeah, he still had the really bad hair, which
throwing
I
out the haze and
yes, 100%. But Claudio and I got along instantly because he loves really bad dad jokes, and I love really bad dad jokes.
beautiful, beautiful.
Yes. So I mean it was probably within the first 5 minutes. He was like, "Yeah, we're friends." I'm like, "All right, buddy. You're jacked and gonna be worth billions. I will gladly be your friend." Uh but he's another one of those guys that, whenever I run into him, he's just always so happy to see me, big hugs, like, "Oh, Sal, so good to see you." Uh he's but yeah, I mean, the potential was undeniable from Jump Street. Just, I mean, from the get go. And he's a guy that, like, I know you see on TV all those feats of strength.
Mhm.
Still doesn't do his strength any justice. I mean, just before shows, we used to do a spot where, like, he would get in the ring and just throw me in the air and spin me like a pizza just to see how many rotations he would get. But on the way down, he would also magically catch me and take his own head scissors. And
Wow.
I mean, just stupid. I mean, I have no control over any of this. The the only thing I'm doing in any of this is letting gravity be a law.
That's
That's it.
incredible.
I mean, and he would toss me very, very high and just spin me and just here we go. And it looks like the first time we did it, he didn't even tell me what he was doing, right? So he pops me up and he spins me, and I'm thinking I'm bracing to take just a regular face bump, and then I feel him grab me and take, like I just feel him grab me, and like I don't know what's happened, but then I hear him bump as I land, and I was like, "What the hell just happened?" And the guys in the ring were like, "Oh my god, that was incredible!" And I'm like, "I don't, what
You
just
don't even know what
happened?"
happened. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, "Oh yes, I do this all the time." I'm like, "With humans, like that's not how people train."
It would be impressive enough if he was just strong. But he's strong, he's fast, he can do
Uh,
high flying, he can do
yes, no,
submissions, he can
he
strike,
yes, he's
he
the
knows
greatest.
a million
He's
languages.
Yes, he's the greatest base I've ever been in the ring with. I mean, he
Yeah.
could just do anything. I mean,
Him and
he's
Quack had some.
yes, just incredible stuff. Uh which I speaking of, so like uh I'm pretty sure to this day I'm still the only person to tap out to the giant swing.
How did that
Uh
happen? I
so I worked Claudio for Chikara at the ECW arena. On top of all of it, I tapped out to the giant swing at the ECW arena.
honestly the perfect place.
But so we've got a singles match, and it's, again, like we're both, we have very similar sense of humors. So like this is not your typical wrestling match. We're just doing stuff to pop ourselves. Like at one point, like I'm trying to test the strength him, and he puts his hands up, and obviously I can't reach it. So I pull a dollar bill out of my pocket and throw it on the ground. And Bryce was the referee. He bends over to get it. And when he bends over to get it, I get on his shoulders. So now we're test the strength while I'm in a chicken position with Bryce. And we're going all the way. I mean, we're doing the whole WrestleMania 6 Hogan Warrior. Like we're working this test the strength.
That's incredible.
But finally we get to blah 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 blah. He does 10 rotations of the giant swing, right? Sets me down. He's still got my legs hooked, but he puts me down. One, two, I kick out. So we do another 10 rotations. puts me down. 1, 2, I kick out. What do you say? Never.
Fighting
Another
spirit.
10. Yes, another 10 rotations of this giant swing. 1, 2, big kick out. He does giant swing again. And right at 10, he sets me down and I just tap. No more, no more. Just because we thought it was so absurd.
It
But like
is,
the crowd, but it was one of those things that like in a different audience would have completely crapped all over it. But like you got to know your audience, right?
Chikara, yeah.
Yes, these people loved it. I mean, it was the perfect finish for this match. It was pure absurdity, but it's everything it was supposed to be. It was so much fun, and I tapped out to a giant swing in the ECW arena.
What a story! What a memory!
That's a real sentence, and might be what's on my tombstone. We'll see.